The one thing that I do like about Raw, and it's kind of limited to things I like about Raw these days, I like the women's segments, and I do like this one thing, and I like how Samoa Joe is getting really pushed in the WWE. I've always said that when he was in TNA, he was very unutilized in TNA. Like they had such a great talent in Samoa Joe that they should have done a lot better with, booking wise anyway, and creative wise, and they let him go. And then since he's come to the WWE in 2015, like he's been a master on NXT, and when he came to the main roster a couple of weeks ago, he's been a fucking badass. And if I was TNA, if I was Dixie Carter or Jeff Jarrett, I'd be like, why did we have so much good talent in Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, Eric Young, and Austin Aries? That we did not push these guys seriously. We kept going back to the ex WWE guys, and now they're in WWE themselves and they're doing awesome. Barry's the NXT champion, AJ's a former WWE champion, Samoa Joe's a former two-time NXT champion, and Eric Young's doing fine on Insanity, and Austin Aries is going to be in the Cruiserweights at WrestleMania. So overall, those guys are doing well. But Samoa Joe, in my opinion, has been booked so well. Like when you see Samoa Joe on your television screens, when you see that guy, you're like, that guy's a real badass. Like how he's been protected and he's not been fucking doing any comedy segments, or he's not been wearing any wigs backstage or whatever. Like he's found a gimmick for Samoa Joe that really suits him down to the ground, and that is his destroyer gimmick, where he basically is just a fucking badass. And if you saw him in the street or in the back alley, you'd be fucking scared, because this guy can legit fucking hurt you and shit like that. And now he's gloating about quote unquote injuring Seth Rollins. I know he's gloating about that, but if you got a guy like that, you've got to put the belt down at some point. And I heard that Vince McMahon is, very high on Joe, which is very good. I'm glad that he's got the approval of Vince McMahon. So I hope that maybe at SummerSlam or at some point that he does this year get a Universal title shot. Or if he gets drafted to SmackDown, then he gets a WWE title shot, because that guy is well overdue a big world title match again in WWE. Because his last world title run was in TNA, and he hasn't had a world title run in a very long time. And if you talk about a bunch of guys who need a world title run this year, Samoa Joe will be on my top list. They're behind guys like The Miz and Cesaro and Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman. Like he'll be on that list this year. The 2017 World Champions, I would definitely have Samoa Joe on that list, top of the list. But yeah. I'm just loving how Samoa Joe's being booked, and yeah, what do you guys think about Samoa Joe getting booked on Raw? Are you a fan of it? And what do you think that Samoa Joe will do after WrestleMania? Check you later.